Hey, welcome to Comic Toy Reviews. If you saw my other video in this series, this one is about movie talk. And in regards to superhero films, just from a fan perspective, and nothing more than that, not an industry insider, not wanting to give spoilers, or things like that. Just a little discussion here. And I mentioned in the first video, I would talk about DC and their movie news. Thankfully, this year, DC, owned by Warner Brothers Pictures, have finally, after all this time, realized the potential of making big money in their superhero films, and they want to share a connected universe, probably leading to a Justice League film. And they must be congratulated for Man of Steel, the first film that's going to start this new perspective and look at their characters and world. Man of Steel has been a hit, I would say. Some people, fans and critics, have said it was one of the best superhero films of the modern age. And others have said it was a terrible movie that missed the mark. And it's a really tough balance between the two. It does have some faults. It's not a perfect film. I don't consider it Iron Man 1, Avengers 1, Dark Knight level of quality. But it's not terrible either. It is a really good start of their connected universe and where they're going. But it's also too soon to tell how this universe will shape up. The next film is going to start a new Batman. And it's going to have Batman vs. Superman. And this is not Christopher Nolan with Christian Bale Batman. It's something all new. Unfortunately, I think it needed a better build-up. Done right, they would have a Batman film next year, and then the year after, Batman vs. Superman. Because as soon as this Batman appears in Superman, the audience doesn't know which direction this version is of Batman. What his costume is like, what his specific origin is like, his gadgets, his world, and what Gotham City is like. These are all unknown elements. Had you established a first movie of this new Batman, you could establish that with the general audience, all of the things about this new Batman, and then when he meets Superman, it means more, because you know who this Superman is, you'll know who that Batman is, and then they meet. Going this way with having Batman appear, especially a major hero like him, fighting Superman, and he's not already established, you're just going to be seen as an audience member trying to figure out who he is as it's happening. I really think had Marvel Studios been in charge, Batman would have had his solo movie first, and then they meet. And then they will also have to even out how realistically is Batman going to fight Superman when Superman just took on a bunch of Kryptonians who are his near equal in powers and abilities, and laid waste to a city in the process. Destruction everywhere. Batman's going to fight that power? I mean, they have to balance it right, so it's kind of believable. And my guess is after Batman Superman, they have to develop a Batman movie after. And this Batman solo movie will be the DC Shared Universe Batman. And unfortunately, they'll probably tell an origin story, which means we'll have to sit through the whole movie telling us the origin we already know, and the beginning like that. But rumor is maybe if they did choose an older Batman for this Superman movie, maybe all of that is established, hopefully, and they don't have to waste a whole film telling you the origin again. But it's too soon to tell. And again, by having Batman appear in Superman first, it asks all these unknown questions that currently, as I'm making this video that we don't know about. Another property is The Flash. He's going to have a CW television show on The Flash, just like Arrow. And personally, why is DC Films, Warner Brothers, going to the small potato television audience and not to the big box office Flash superhero movie? I really think in comic book films nowadays, it's either you're going to focus on movies or television and not really cross over those worlds, because you're not going to have the same actor who does a television show do the movie, and then it sets up confusion for the general audience. So by developing that as a television show, I really think hurts the character's chances for a Justice League movie appearance. And how could you have a Justice League movie without the Flash? He's a main character. And one of the things about movies versus television is, a movie is a quick fix. You sit there for 2 or 3 hours, and you get all you need, and then you could watch another film years later. But a television show, from an audience perspective, requires a lot of commitment, because every week you got to watch that television show develop. Every week give your time and energy to that television show, and then watch season after season and see how it develops. That's a lot of commitment from the general public. And one of the nice things about a movie is it doesn't require that long of a commitment from the general public. There really is no much news about Wonder Woman. Television rumors. I really don't see movie talk about it. And the funny thing is, I think other people who have mentioned a Wonder Woman film are those who believe it cannot be sold or do well for the mainstream public, because it's a woman and female superhero movies don't sell well. They're totally wrong on the Wonder Woman property, because Wonder Woman is an icon. There are very few iconic superheroes at the high level that you ask anyone and they know. You tell them about Superman, they know it, even if they never bought a comic book. You know about Batman. They also know about Wonder Woman. It's an established property. If you look at the Thor movie and some of the Marvel stuff, they have brought the mythology of telling fantastic stories for the general public, that they will accept it and believe it and follow it. So having Paradise Island suddenly becomes more acceptable to the mainstream public, and that idea can be sold to them, of this mystical island with super women, basically. And I think a Wonder Woman movie, unlike other people who've mentioned the topic, I think it can do really wonderful. It can be a box office phenomena, and young girls, young mothers, and even older women, even the people who follow films like Twilight and those teen type of films, a lot of that female movie-going audience would see a Wonder Woman film. And so the potential is enormous, because superhero films do not cater to women, really. It's mostly a male-dominated thing. But you only have to look at movies like Twilight to know the power of the women and their movie-going audience. The only thing is, the movie has to be done right. If it's not done right, forget it. But if they could get like Dark Knight quality or Iron Man 1, if you could do the film just right, the box office potential is off the charts, really. And none of the studio people realize this, because if they did, they would be moving ahead, making the film and getting it right. But it is a real hard property to get just right, but the potential there is enormous. Okay, this video's been running on for a bit. I talked about some of the main heroes. Talk about this in some future videos if you want. Let me know what you thought about this web series idea. Comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.